Welcome back, Riverside, to the last episode of ENN for this semester. Today we will cover sports, weather, and some holiday wishes from our cadets. Catch this and more on ENN. Last Friday, the Academy's National Junior Honor Society volunteered at a facility that helps organize Christmas presents for less fortunate children of Georgia. Speaking of National Junior Honor Society, Sam Weinstein is with Cadet Simpson to tell us more about the prestigious club.
Joined National Junior Honor Society.
I joined National Junior Honor Society because that society encompasses everything here at Riverside leadership-wise, like being a servant leader, having respect, integrity, community service, volunteer service, and I want to encompass that in my skill set so that when I leave here, I'm a better person, and that's what this place does, makes you a better person.
What do you do as president of National Junior Honor Society?
As president of National Junior Honor Society, my job is to talk to Dr. Matney, talk to her about getting meetings set up, community service hours set up as well. Talk to my officers, like my vice president, my parliamentarian, my scribe. Make sure that the meetings are being recorded. After that, make sure that they get sent out to everybody who wasn't there. Make sure that my guys who aren't officers stay in the loop. Make sure that they know what's going on and what's coming up next with National Junior Honor Society.
Is there any new activities that National Junior Honor Society will be doing in the future?
So recently we got a greenhouse approved to come on campus. We're still working out the small little details. We already have some locations on campus that we've selected that we're going to put the greenhouse.
How did you serve your community with the community food distribution?
So like I said before, we served over 200 families, over 900 people, and it was a chance to meet with the community. We got to hand them the food. We talked to them. We saw them. We spoke to them for a little bit. We placed it in their cars, opened up the trunk, put the food in there. We conversed sometimes with the kids, talked to them a little bit before they moved on, and we gave them a nice fresh Chick-fil-A sandwich at the very end.
Congratulations to the November Faculty of the Month Award, which was Ms. Glasper. Thank you for your hard work and dedication to the Academy. Congratulations also go out to Cadet Ethan Sun for being named the Riverside Star Student, Mr. Paglia, the Star Teacher. I will now hand it off to Cadet Lambert with sports for this week.
The JV basketball team earned a win against Notre Dame Academy. Cadets Kashin Bukar, Wagers, and Perbeni were key for this game. The varsity team won in seeking for their first victory of the season. Unfortunately for the Eagles, they came back home with a 51-26 loss. On Wednesday, the middle school team had its first game of the season. Cadets Oye, Simmons, and Ray were key in this game, getting the team a great win against Cottage Middle School. The JV team is still on a roll. As of right now, they stand 2-0 in the young season. They won on Wednesday with a score of 42-9. Cadets Kashin Bukar, Perbeni, Kolotov, and Lambert scored for the JV team, bringing another win for the team. Sadly, the varsity team had the lead in the game until the last seconds. Keep your heads up while working to get the first win of the season. The wrestling team had one of its first tournaments right before the furlough of Thanksgiving. The wrestling team met at Chastity High School, and the JV team came with a 42-30 overall victory against Chastity, and had an 18-18 draw against West Hall. Meanwhile, the varsity team had to forfeit in two weight classes, losing to Chastity 65-18. But they came back and defeated West Hall 39-30. Varsity and JV had a great competition, winning over 20 matches that Friday. That is all we have for your sports this week. Juan Jose Lambert, your sportsman. Back to you, Hall.
Thank you for the update, Lambert. Cadets, exams are coming up, so make sure you are prepared, study hard this weekend, and be ready Tuesday morning to take your exams. The Riverside Brand performed at the Christmas on Green Street Street Parade this past Sunday. Shout out to all members for their incredible performances at this parade. Last month, Cadet Mendoza showed us how the city of Gainesville was formed here in Hall County. This month, he continues giving us some insight into the history of Gainesville and the founding of Riverside.
As 11 southern states seceded to join the Confederacy, they seized U.S. weapons and armories from forts along the South. The Confederacy looked like this after a few years of war with the U.S. troops and a new state of West Virginia that rejoined the Union. Georgia, being one of the southern states that seceded from the Union, had a lot of mixed feelings about the whole situation. Hall County actually disapproved of Georgia's secession and voted against it during the referendum on secession. But the majority had spoken, and Georgia was officially an independent country for a short while, before being absorbed into the Confederacy. In fact, let's check up on how the war is going. Sherman's march to the sea was a 37-day march that spanned about 300 miles from Atlanta to Savannah, Georgia. They destroyed everything in their path, and this caused many of the population to seek safer places to stay in other states. Most fled to the south, but a good number fled north towards South Carolina, and Gainesville was also a hotspot of Confederate refugees. With modern infrastructure, a lot of land, and more food than most of the occupied South, it just seemed like the most reasonable place to go. And reasonable it was, because throughout the rest of the Civil War, Hall County and its surrounding area were not occupied or put under military rule until the end of the war. But during Reconstruction, a child was born in Augusta, Georgia, and that child grew up to be a man named Sandy Beaver. A figure in Georgia State Militia, he soon moved to Gainesville, Georgia, and by 1913, started to work at a preparatory school called Riverside Military Academy that was built by two men named Haywood Jefferson Pierce and Azer Warner Van Hoos Jr. But man, it seems that Europe is not doing so hot as tensions are rising on the continent. But luckily, that was not our problem. It was kinda our problem. Since the Lusitania had American citizens on board, it caused an increase in military aid given to the Entente due to more anti-German sentiment in the US. But the German government didn't like how much the US was supplying the Entente, so he went to a man named Arthur Zimmerman and told him, "Hey, we need to get Mexico on our side, but be quiet about it. We don't need anybody finding out about this, okay? Don't worry, I got this. Hey, Mexico! My bro here wants an alliance against the US. Any chance?" Zimmerman's poor handling of the telegram to Mexico led to America dropping their isolationism to go fight the Germans. Sandy Beaver was a fan of this action the US took, so he went to the school saying that they should participate more, but they couldn't due to a fire that burned down what is now Lanier Hall. So he went himself and achieved the rank of major before the war's end. When the war ended, the US went back to its side of the world, but Europe as a whole had a large amount of loans to pay to the US for all the military equipment and food given during the First World War.
We wanted to know what some of our cadets are wishing for this Christmas. Cadet Harrington took the time to go over and ask some cadets what their wishes are. Let's see what they had to say.
Sir, what do you want for Christmas?
Well, I'm about to move out of my apartment, so a dining room table.
I'd like to see you graduate from the school.
Well, I really want my mom to come home from the hospital because she's been there for going on 9 weeks.
I'm not legally allowed to say this.
I want to give Alaska back to the Mooses. It's a long story. Or I also want a PS5.
Even though I don't celebrate Christmas, I want Cristiano Ronaldo to win the World Cup and the Ballon d'Or again.
Apple AirPod Maxes.
World peace.
I want to do for Christmas, you know what I'm saying, be the next prospect in the NFL, you know what I'm saying, 2026, 2027, you know.
I would like the JROTC Academic Bowl team to advance to the DC round. It's the championship round in gym. That's what I want for Christmas.
I want a pony.
Low key, I just want a nice break for once.
All I want for Christmas.
I want a 450 Yamaha dirt bike.
I want like a little cow, like a cow the size of like a dog, maybe like a German Shepherd sized cow.
So for Christmas, I want a puppy. There's one right there.
Alright.
Well, I kind of want a dirt bike, a new one.
Sergeant Timothy Atwell.
Nothing, I'm blessed.
I'm hoping that I could get, I'm not really into presents, but I feel like more family time would be beneficial for me and for my family, as I believe that not everything is presents, but instead the quality time that you spend with others.
I don't really want anything. I just want to enjoy time off with my family and friends and rest and peace on earth, goodwill towards men. How about that?
Jake, I am so looking forward to the new year because I know Santa is really going to help me out. Yeah, he's going to help all you guys get your homework done every day on time. It's going to be awesome.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are really good. Go Army, beat Navy. We got this dub in the bag.
@gmail.com
Let's go West Point.
Thanks, Arrington. As many of us know, Riverside food is very important on campus. Cadet Leo Zhang went over to ask the head chef AB a little bit more about his story and how Riverside has changed him. Now I will hand it over to Zhang.
It's early morning at Riverside Preparatory Academy. While students are still asleep, the kitchen comes alive as food server director Chef AB and his staff prepare hundreds of meals to fuel learning.
Well, normally we get in about 5 o'clock in the morning. Once we first get in, we start getting the hot boxes and everything together. Then start preparing breakfast. And as we preparing breakfast, we get ready for lunch because it's a lot of meals to prepare. So every meal we always try to stay ahead. And as lunch going, we start working on dinner. And we usually leave probably about 8:30, 8:45. It's a pretty long day and preparing 3 meals a day.
Chef AB knows the value of fueling young minds and bodies. He honed his culinary skills as an executive chef before joining the Riverside team 3 years ago when the school needed a new food vendor.
Well, the colonel, he used Aramark at the previous school he was at. So then he was looking for another food service. So he reached out to Aramark, and I was working right down the road and put my name in a hat, came in for a couple of interviews, and I'm here.
AB and his staff methodically prep ingredients, cook on trays, and pack over 500 servings daily. It's a complex operation requiring tight coordination.
Usually with the protein, like the chicken, we count each piece of protein by hand, the breakfast sausage. But when it comes to things like mashed potatoes or rice, we just do the poundage and all the bulk item. That's how we can determine how much food to have for that day.
Each student's meal is carefully planned out. Proteins are hand counted and sides are weighing out by portions. Special allergen-free plates they get safely and individually assembled.
The nurse sends us a list of allergen and special needs food items, and we basically prepare their food in the back in separate cooking containers, and we build a plate individually and put it in a hot box. Then when they come through the line, the servers know who they are, and we just grab their food that way.
Beyond nutrition, AB sees his team playing an important support role for students. They regularly chat and connect during the busy meal rushes. Those personal interactions help power the students through long school days.
Oh, just interacting with them day to day. You guys, all the students had to go to class, have a tough schedule, and sometimes they come in and just, hey, how you doing, man? You okay today? And when you see a person every day, 3 meals a day, you kind of get to know them a little bit. So just to try to do some words of confidence. I'm not an educator. I can't teach you, but I could prepare food for you, and I can say, ask you how you doing today.
While the job itself is demanding, the rewards of feeding hungry minds make the early hours worthwhile. Even vegetables, which the middle schoolers are now eating, thanks to some reverse psychology.
They do a lot better because Chef Tobin always told them, you don't eat your veggie, I'm not going to give you a cookie. And he just did that as a senator. He wasn't going to take a cookie away from him. So middle school, they eat their veggies.
With full stomachs and vegetables, Riverside students are nourished for success.
For this week's weather report, I will now pass it over to Cadet Strolls with the weekly update.
Thank you, Hall. With the winter season coming around, you can expect colder temperatures and warmer clothes. You'll sure need them this year, with temperatures reaching as low as 34 degrees Fahrenheit by next week in the Gainesville area. Looking for snow? If you live in any of the areas marked in blue, you're in luck, as in late December snow is near guaranteed. As a reminder, be sure to stay warm and safe. And as always, have a great winter break. Back to you, Hall.
As y'all know, this Christmas season, one of our brothers in blue got deployed, Lieutenant Stump. We have a message from Riverside to tell you, sir.
Hey, LT. Hey, I just want to wish you the very best. Your absence here has already been felt, but we all know you're moving on to bigger and better stuff. I wish you the very best in your endeavors. It's probably going to be the toughest thing you do as you're overseas and carrying the load and carrying on that fine tradition as an Army officer and a brother in blue here at the Academy. So take care, stay safe, and know that we're all rooting from you back here at Riverside. God bless you, brother. Peace.
Good morning from Riverside, Lieutenant Stump. Understand you're deployed for our holiday season. It's a tough time for soldiers, but a great time for leaders to step up, lead your soldiers, keep them safe, bring them home. It's tough during the holiday season. They miss their families, and we miss them. But we miss you. I know our cadets are waiting for you to get back. Keep us all safe here back in America. Do what you got to do. Eat the turkey on Christmas Day, and know that we're thinking of you back here at Riverside. God bless. Stay safe.
Stuff. You were a great tech. It was nice to talk to somebody, a little bit on our age, because all the other techs are like 40s, like midlife crisis type thing. So yeah, I love you, Stuff, and stay safe.
Hello, Lieutenant. How are you? It's me, El Jure. I just wanted to thank you for everything that you've done. You were really the most amazing tech in the whole world. Like, all the things that you did for us, all the events that you tried to do to connect with us, to try to make us connect with each other. It was so amazing, so wonderful. So really, thank you.
This is Jacob Kronk. I just wanted to say all of Alpha appreciates you, Stump, and please be safe and make Alpha proud. And we had a great time with you, and we had a great time camping, and we had a great time doing all the outdoor activities you did with us. Thank you for spending your time with us and your money with us, and be safe.
Good luck, Lieutenant Staff! We hope as we end the semester that everyone has a safe winter break and a great start to the new year. I'm Whitehall, signing out for the Eagles News Network.